And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to Koi Plays Tarot. My name is Koi, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. What we're looking at in this round of reads is going to be your one-to-one for the month of October. One-to-one is a style of read that I do where we look at the relational dynamic between you and another person, what's going on between point A and point B. Right? As a caveat to these reads, I feel like I'm already tripping over my words because there's so many things I like to say about this style. Two main things. The first, I hesitate to call these love readings because it's not always lovely, right? At times, it could get a little bit tough because we're looking at all the dynamics going on between you and another person in this moment, right? Things can intermingle, things can get messy, and guess what? As a tarot card reader, I'm just here to read what I see. Let's have that conversation. The second, it doesn't always have to be about love, right? In a one-to-one read, it could be a family member, a friend, a person you just met. It's just examining what's going on between you and this other entity. So as a preamble to the read, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, especially when it gets tough, understand that as your tarot card reader, I'm not here to purposefully misguide you, to give you false hope or anything. I'm just here to read what I see. So let's have that conversation. Let's look at what is going on. And for your one-to-one this October, Sagittarius, let's see what the cards say. Show us the cards that we need to see, please, for Sag in their read. One-to-one between them and their person. What is going on for Sagittarius in their one-to-one read today? So you will be on this side and they will be over here. For you, Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So expounding upon opportunity, the notion of getting comfortable where we are, and the Knight of Pentacles. Them on their side, what does this long-term investment actually entail, right? Knights are doers. This one may be the slowest because it's got a lot of, items in its cart, but understand both of you are trying to maximize whatever investment you see. So it's like almost a proposition for, hey, hear me out. Let's do this idea. And here, expanding, what does that mean, not only for me on my end, but what would that entail mutually between us? Okay, fair enough. We're trying to be equitable here. Let's look at the fronts and backs. Fronts are what we immediately show. Backs is not exactly what we're saying, at least from the offset. I'm tripping over so many words right now. So fronts and backs in your read, Sag. And I don't understand why this Queen of Pentacles almost seems like it's resting on a caveat. Well, we'll see. Show the fronts and backs for Sag in their read. What is held upon the fronts and backs for Sagittarius in this read today? Judgment. Okay. So the second highest of the major arcana, what is the divine timing and the lesson that we need to learn? What we're vocalizing, and that's the way it is, the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Before I say what I feel I have to say on this side, let's look over here. Nine of Swords. So they're vocalizing nightmares, anxieties, distrust, what they have behind them. Direct communication. No, I'm very sure what I'm saying, right? So whatever this person is doing, yeah, they're going through the motions, but they're letting you know everything on their end about what is making them anxious. It's almost like I'm not concealing anything. I'm going to tell you this is exactly what's needed to be said for the longest. On your end, well, if we go off this proposition, then maybe there's a lesson to be had from it, right? Because I'm realizing more and more just how much this would take. And so what do I need to learn to make this the best it can be, right? You're almost having like this internal deep dive into your own spirit and trying to ask what's going on here and what can I make the best of this situation become. Okay. Show positions. So each individual position for Sagittarius in this run one reading. Where do them and their person each individually stand? Because again, and what was kind of worrying me right there was that we were going way too much off of, raw efficiency, and we weren't talking about how we felt. That person has already said everything that needed to be said. Cool, get it. So for you on your side, optimism, the base level of the Page of Wands. It may not be perfect right now. It doesn't have to be. We have to roll with the punches. We have to understand just how long it takes to get there. On their side, Three of Wands, the expectation of the horizon. And even with all the fears, Sag, I trust you. Let's go with this plan. We're already in it this far. So it's not, this idea of pessimism or this idea we can't just give up because we've done so much together. But rather, I think I can vocalize my fears while also trying to accomplish this dream. Those two things don't have to be mutually exclusive at all. Underneath it all, Eight of Pentacles, mastery. And particularly because the Eight of Pentacles is coming up and we both started out with the element of Earth, I'm striking a guess that right now we're trying to start more of a business venture or project with, at the very least, acquaintance, if not very close friends. And now they're saying, okay, this is what's going on here. Can you handle that? And on your end, trying to remain ever the optimist, but also knowing there's a deeper lesson to be had here. Because I think they're vocalizing all of their fears. You're not trying to suppress any of that, but we have to say, what will it actually take to have this go through? What will success actually mean? So thank you for that. Show us what occupies the bridge in between for this one-to-one between Sag and their person. One towards the other, 1, 2, 1. Now 1, 2, 1. What occupies the empty space between both people for Sag and this one-to-one read? What are the cards that we need to see, please? Sorry, a bit tiring. What are the cards we need to see, please? So down the middle, what is shared between? The Page of Wands. Okay, the belief and the optimism that we can make this plan work out. Devil, the card of Capricorn. Okay, that makes sense. We're going to hop into that later, but I think, especially because that came right after the Page of Wands, it's going to be self-explanatory the way I say it. Seven of Wands. The notion of defensiveness, of where we are and where we're going. Three of Cups. The notion of reunion, or what does us coming together in this manner mean? So before I go to the underneath, let's just talk about that. I think that in business world, people oftentimes say, do not start business or do work with your friends, right? Because oftentimes it leads to this transformational dynamic where, yeah, we're good friends, we may not be good co-workers, right? Just like some of your co-workers may not be your good friends, but hey, I know that when I get to the job, this person's gonna have that handled. Don't gotta worry about it. In this same exact way, with that Three of Cups, with this form of a reunion here, we're seeing each other in different capacity, right, Sag? We're also laying some of the underlying tension that may have been going or building up between us is starting to become more and more self-evident, right? That Devil, the card of Capricorn, things we're not saying out loud, we actually do need to address. Now, this person has been honest with you from jump, right? They started this idea with you. They wanted to embark on this journey with you. They said, good, we got each other's backs. And now that we're encountering problems, while you're saying we need optimism, they're saying we need to focus on the issues that are coming up. The more we try to suppress this, the more we're going to grow disdainful, not only for the situation, but with each other, right? Neither of you necessarily want that, but down the middle, our defensiveness is just say, hey, we're friends. Cool, we get that. And beyond that, just because we're good friends, does that automatically mean that we're going to be great business partners? It doesn't always work out that way. Underneath it all, Three of Pentacles. Yep, the notion of a cooperative dynamic, particularly in a business venture, but things that we work on together. And here is very much talking about a Sag who has their friend in their business. This is what's going on right now. So we're not trying to grow animosity for each other. We're actually trying to see each other in full capacities right now. What does that genuinely mean as we sustain a relationship between us, Okay? Define the major arcana strewn across the table for Sagittarius in this read. We only have 2 on the board today. First, we look towards judgment. What is it that we know internally that the stars, the alignment with the universe and everything, what is that showing us right now? So let's cards that we need to see, please, as we define this major arcana, looking towards judgment for Sagittarius. Okay. So the judgment to the things unsaid. King of Cups. How much do we have emotional, not only wherewithal, but can apply our most endearing versions of ourselves equally and opportunistically in all aspects, right? Now, we chose to go on whatever partnership this was with our friend. Well, we also had to realize how we work in a business way. So it naturally transformed that relational dynamic, Sag. That's the first thing I gotta say. But beyond that, the judgment, what you have to learn, well, beyond saying, oh, we're friends and it'll be cool, well, I had to see myself in a different capacity because I moved this person to a different capacity, right? It's not just we're friends now, we're business partners. What does this actually mean for us? So the devil, the card of Capricorn, Knight of Swords. And so we need to address the action. If something comes up, we must say it, right? Even if it's not pretty, even if it's not something that quote unquote friends should be saying to each other, we got a business to run. What are you doing? Right. So this is more of a lesson between you and that person, Sag, of being like, we can be critical from a business venture standpoint and not have to hate each other as friends, right? Because I see both parties, they don't want that for each other, right? That's very blunt, that's very clear. However, them vocalizing this does not mean that they're antagonistic. They're actually vocalizing this because they're analyzing this very much from the success of that business standpoint between you and them. Let's leave our friendship out of this. What will success actually look like? Okay. So in resolution, show cards of resolution for Sagittarius in this read. What is held in space resolution for Sag in this read today? Okay. The resolution we hold. The Empress, the highest and most seductive version of ourselves. It's actually bringing out the best version of us. And that's probably why you trusted this person, both from a friendship and a business standpoint, Sag, is that you really couldn't see this evolution without this person, right? Now, your judgment call was right. Now we got to transform all of the potential energy that we saw into kinetic. Let's put things into motion. What is the best version of me, the most elevated version of me, had to produce and had to see in regards to seeing this venture through? Also, 7 of Wands, defensiveness, that came out somewhere in this read, right here, down the middle. The only way that we're going to get there is to address all the problems coming up right now. We cannot just rely on the idea that we're good friends to make this business venture sustainable, because that's going to make us hate each other. We do not want to go down that path. I do not see necessarily animosity between you two, but we have to address the problems as they come up, not just from a friendship standpoint, but a business standpoint. Underneath it all, 7 of Cups, the notion of possibility. And so putting those together, 8 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, whoa, not 7 of Pentacles, that came out over here for you. Putting all those things together, right, Sag, you have a friend that you embarked on a business opportunity with. And very much it's working. Now, what does it mean to believe in possibility? It means that we don't destroy the friendship. We're trying to respect that dynamic, but also we're trying to transform each other by becoming business partners. What does that mean, and how do we work that relational dynamic? Overall, in your read today, Sag, very obvious you embarked on this journey with a friend. First, we were spitballing ideas, and the next was, oh wow, this is now a licensed thing. This is a project. This is a business. We're doing this now. Let us not take for granted our friendship just to say we're good business partners. We need to understand and analyze all those dynamics, both together and separately, right? We do not want animosity to be the final product of whatever we're doing here, because it seems like it very much still is in a state of building success. But when we have this kind of partnership with our friends, our relational dynamic must naturally transform, right? We're still on at least decent or good terms with this person, but we don't want to use hey, we've been such good friends and such good pals for so long that we're substituting that for justifications of mishandling on the business end, right? And they're vocalizing that to you right now. Now, for you, Staj, I want you to sit with that and be like, what are they actually saying to me, and how do we respect all these dynamics put together? That's what I see in your read today, Staj. Hope this conversation helped. And yeah, your friend's your business partner. Now, what does it mean to make that business successful? Take care, okay? See ya.